Hello, today is June 29th and it is 12:01 p.m. I'm making this video right now because I woke up around 11 a.m. and the person from law enforcement named Kelly kept hitting my right testicle very hard. At the same time, she was giving me hormonal drugs to sexually stimulate me. And at that same time, she was also hitting my wedding finger, this finger right over here, the entire time. Earlier in the morning, she was touching my penis. And so I have to make a video right now to let everyone know in the government that it's not Kelly's job in law enforcement to be sexually stimulating me. She's not doing this to torture me. She's doing this to sexually stimulate me because she's a money grab and she wants a husband that she's applying for. I don't need any wives right now, and I'm good. And the thing about it is, yeah, I'm not into these things. And when my brain savant gets freed, I go into studying, and I study from morning till night, like how I did from October 2019 till July 1st, 2023. That's my natural habitat as an autistic person. Just like how when I was a child, it was staring into the History Channel logo from morning till night, which was tested on January 20th, 2026. I study from morning till night after my brain savant gets freed. These money grabs, I will not have any time to talk to anyways, and the government needs to stop this. It's not someone in law enforcement's job, like Kelly's job. It's not her job to be applying for her husband. She told me what her name is. Her religion is that she belongs to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter Days. Her family's from Utah, and her name's Kelly, and I've seen her near the Russian consulate. She's got like hair that like covers over her entire back. Yeah. So I'm like sick and tired of this, and I don't want or need this. And yeah, and I've already told her that I'm good. And the thing is, yeah, she's making me forget, so I can't say anything anymore. But yeah, like every single day, all she does is like sexually stimulate me and touch my wedding finger right over here. I already told her that I'm not interested. It's not the job of someone in law enforcement like Kelly's to be applying for her husband using her job, using someone that she thinks that could provide for her, whatever the reason might be. I'm not interested, and I do not want her. When my brain savant gets freed, I go into staring into my textbook from morning till night. That's all I do as an autistic person. Yeah, and I need this to stop, and I need the government to stop this. That's what I do once my brain savant gets freed, and I'm not interested. I do not want this. I've said this from day one, and she does this every single time a brain savant test result comes out. Like June 7th, literally the night of June 7th, 10 minutes after the brain savant test came out for May 10th, she started stroking my penis. And I've already put in a journal, an entire journal about how they did another brain savant test. So basically what happened is they like arguing about my brain savant, and they think that in their wishful thinking, they think that if they do a brain savant test, then somehow like there wouldn't be a brain savant in the test when after they would come out with it, like, which makes no sense. But what happens is like they do another test, and the test result comes out that yeah, there is definitely a brain savant in there, triple brain savant whose powers increase over time. So they did an earlier one, I guess sometime around February. I was so stressed out writing journals and uploading them all day that I didn't even notice. And the only way I know that a brain savant test result came out was because the day the brain savant test result came out, Kelly put in an article on there about a man from Utah who invents the flywheel. And she said, ask me to marry you. And obviously I didn't say anything because before then I had already made a sworn oath that I wouldn't marry anyone, mainly because I knew that these people were all fighting over marriage and money. Everyone was fighting over marriage and money. And the thing about it is, some people, it was just really annoying and irritating. It was just really frustrating. That's the word to use. It was really frustrating with people like Miss Deb, because there was no way for me to prove it. The fact that she was actually just fighting over marriage and money for her daughter. And I said it on day one, like, she was all over me in the year 2023. She was told by law enforcement mid-June 2023, when in fact I only told anyone after August 25th, 2023, which is why I knew that they had a brain scanner. And the thing about it is, early February, when they were like arguing about my brain savant, obviously some people that know about it fully for years, like Miss Deb, is not going to let go whether they argue or not. Well, they argue so much about something that exists that they have to check if it exists or not. And every time they do, obviously the results come out the same. And the time when it came out for before May 10th, Kelly asked me to marry her. And obviously I didn't reply because I already made a sworn oath that I would not get married to anyone till I was 50. And the reason I did that was because I was sick and tired of all the fighting and arguing that was going on, because I knew for a fact that these people were all arguing for marriage and money. They were all arguing for marriage and money, including Miss Deb, who was all over me throughout the entire year of 2023. And when I said in my videos, it's not a really big secret that when my brain savant gets freed, Miss Deb is going to come running right after me for her daughter. Obviously, people laughed at me, like, who does this guy think he is? Her daughter's married and this and that, blah, blah, blah. He thinks too much of himself and blah, 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 this and that. That's probably what people said. And yeah, and it was really frustrating for me because Miss Deb made it look like, oh, I didn't know that he was a bad person in 2023, which is why I was arguing against him in court now. So it was really frustrating for me because I knew what the real reason was. And the real reason was I didn't go with her daughter, Ashley, and she wanted to make sure she could lock up my brain savant so that no one else's daughter could get any of my brain savant money. This was extremely frustrating for me, mainly due to the fact that I knew what the real reason was, and Miss Deb was obviously only doing this out of extreme envy of my brain savant. And yeah, she was told by law enforcement. Basically, I'm a triple brain savant. I have instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing. That gives me and it also increases over time. So the three main ones were tested on August 9, 2022 for 6 hours. The entire time it was tested for 6 hours, law enforcement had this fully locked up. So it's moving right now. It wasn't even moving at all. And even though on April 22nd it was released and with ears were all the way on the back of my head, brain inside, instead of being like this, it was like this. So basically, April 22nd, 2025. So basically, yeah, it gives me superhuman powers of instantaneous photographic memory, just like how Rain Man, Kim Peek Rain Man has. And when I have these powers, right now they have it all locked up using air drugging and the energy weapons. So they let the air drugging go for 6 hours on the flight on August 9, 2022, because they were scared that the air drugging might cause mid-flight medical emergencies in the flight. So they had to lower the air drugging. But what they did was they kept this fully locked up even more, even though on April 22nd, 2025, this went all the way to the back of my head when it was fully released. Right now it's all locked up. And basically, yeah, so that's what happened. And I had superhuman powers for 6 hours on August 9, 2022, due to which I know about it. Now, the thing about it is, it's those powers when the air drugging is lowered. Now, what they did throughout the entire flight was they still had energy weapons on the flight, right? They had to lower air drugging, but energy weapon tools were still on the flight. So what they did was for 6 hours, they kept hitting my foot right over here, over and over again, like really, really hard with energy weapon tools. But I also knew that, like, obviously, like, as soon as I opened up my textbook, I have all these superhuman powers. I knew for a fact that these people were only hitting my foot because they didn't want me to study and know about these, because I just found out about that right then and there on August 9, 2022, I found out about it. So I also knew that they couldn't break my foot, because the entire point of lowering air drugging was because they were scared of causing a mid-flight medical emergency. So they couldn't they couldn't break my foot, obviously not, because that would be a mid-flight medical emergency. So what I did was, for the entire 6 hours, I studied like I've never studied before. Like literally, it was like an arm came out of my body, and I was just like, oh my God, I didn't even know this thing existed. And so yeah, for 6 hours I used it, and there was not a single instance of seconds break that I needed to have to take for myself, and it was incredible. The thing about it is just the fact that afterwards, I think it's like what's it called? So yeah, April 22nd, 2025, when they tested it out April 22nd, 2025, because basically they argued so much about it. Again, I don't know why you would do that. That like people in government were just like, can you just test it out? Because we're getting kind of confused. You're having too much arguments about something going on. So they let my brain savant go on April 22nd, 2025, and these ears were fully released. And my brain on the inside, instead of being like this, it was fully like this. It was just like zing, 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 zing. Extremely powerful. So if you take out aerodrugging like it was on August 9, 2022, and then release my ears like how it was April 22nd, 2025, the powers basically accumulate and they become extremely powerful. And then like on June 5th, 2025, how they let go of I had 2 energy drinks and I was able to bypass all their energy weapon torture tools. So brain right now is like this. It was like this on the afternoon of June 5th, 2025. Basically, it gives me superhuman powers of instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing. Focusing means I could use it for hours and hours without needing a single second break. And they tested out innovation a few weeks before April 22nd, 2025. So basically, yeah. And so